Mm. I want to go back to what you said about the end times, right? You said after quote unquote Jesus, or what is called Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
After he passed away, that's when the end times began, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you genuinely believe we're in the end times?
For sure. 100%.
I mean, my thing is, how long can the end times last? Because I mean, we're talking about when
2,000 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, how long do these end times really last?
Well, it's hard to say, but we do know, according to Scripture, a day to the Lord is 1,000 years. So it's been 2,000 years to humanity, but to God it's been 2 days. It says, and by the third day that he would rise, we would rise up again. So I would say in about 3,000 years. So anywhere between now and 1,000 years from now, it can be over.
So there's a good possibility we might not even be able to see the return of Jesus Christ.
That's possible, yeah, for sure. I'm not like saying, hey, a doomsday preacher, hey, look, get ready, nigga, it's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nah, it could. And if I take a look at the prophetic timeline and what's going on in the world right now, it's looking pretty good for us, but you know, things could change.
So what does that happen with
GMS? Doomsday preachers with a purpose. Doomsday preachers with a purpose. Yeah, we are doomsday preachers. All right, so you've been seeing all the videos coming out from the brothers, the apostles first, elders, and brothers of GMS going into and getting on this guy Alazar. Now, he didn't outright say that that it could be 1,000 years. What he did say, it could be anywhere from, now to 1,000 years from now, we could see the end come. But at the end of the day, we know that the end is going to come sooner than 1,000 years, of course, because why? There's many reasons, because all the prophecies that we're seeing be fulfilled. Now, at the end of the day, this guy Alazar, he brought forth doubt. Now we know again he didn't come out of his mouth and say it's gonna be 1,000 years, but he left doubt on the table. Okay, gray area, loopholes, and doubt. As one of the brothers put it, he left a plausible and not deniability. He can easily come back and say, well, I didn't say it's going to be 1,000 years. Yeah, but you didn't say that it wouldn't be. You didn't make a firm stance. You just said things are looking pretty good, but then you said, but. Things are looking pretty good, but. But we know, pursuant to what's in the Bible, see, really with Israelites, but the congregation of the Israelites in general, the whole Israelite people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are waking up to this truth, that have woken up, if you give them any doubt whatsoever, they're gonna run with that. You have to give them absolutes, like put it in a bubble form, because absolutes is really what it's about. Now, at the end of the day, the scriptures say, no man knows the day nor the hour, but Yahushua did give us signs that we can look at. Matter of fact, I was going to kind of go into something else, but let's go ahead and read that in Matthew 16, verse 1. This is what it says. It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and intently desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? So the Lord left us signs to look at and to know when the end was present, when the end was going to come. If we read the precept in Luke 12:54, it says, and he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? So how is it that you can't see, with everything going on the earth, that technology even pushing forward, you cannot see that we're very near the end? How is that you can't see that? It's because, like the apostles brought out, like Apostle Gabar brought out, because you're getting comfortable. You comfortable in the social media fame, and the riches, the money. It may not be riches, but decent money is rolling in. You see, this guy's going on different podcasts and doing a lot of different things. Went to the Super Bowl. What Israelite brother Well, I ain't gonna say the man went to the actual Super Bowl, to the game. I don't know that. But, making commercials or making videos and saying that, you going to the Super Bowl and this and that, you're in a lot of events. You're in a lot of podcasts. You're in the podcast mainstream now. Adam 22, the No Jumper, and the this and the that. You're getting your face out there a lot. You got a brand. You got a clothing brand, a clothing line. You got online success. You got a lot of stuff going on. So, of course, you're going to say that. But the scriptures tell us that we should be hastening the coming of the Lord and not trying to put off the evil day. Now, let's continue on in the scriptures, because we read 2 scriptures, and I also want to read here Luke 21 and verse 7. It says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear wars and when you shall hear wars and commotions, I was going to say rumors of war, I don't know why. When you shall hear wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So we know that we're going to see things, and that the end is not actually at that time, but as you go on down into the scripture, into that same chapter, this is what it says further. Let's go to verse Luke 21 and 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. See, so when you see all these signs, then you're gonna know that it's very close to the end. You ain't gonna be thinking with that 1,000-yard stare, that 1,000-yard mental stare, that 1,000-yard logic. Plus, there's other scriptures that talk about this. We're gonna go into a few. First, let's start here in 2 Peter chapter 3. Going to the word scoffer. We're gonna read that. Let's go real quick. 2 Peter 3, verse 1 says, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance, that ye be mindful of the words, that ye may be mindful of the words, which was spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. Now, let's look at this word scoffers, because we want you to understand that the word scoffer doesn't always mean just somebody that's talking shit, but it also means a false teacher. But don't take my word for it. We're going to show you that. The word scoffers is what?
Strong's G 1703. Impictace.
Right, the word is impictace, and this is what it means. It says
Strong's
mocker,
G
scoffer,
1703.
a mocker, a
Impictace.
scoffer, a derrider, a false teacher. Mocker, scoffer. See? So you can be a false teacher and be a damn scoffer. Now, this dude, a lot of you swear by this guy, Alazar, whatever you call him, Gorilla Hebrew, whatever. But on a lot of levels, this dude is a false teacher. Because many reasons. Just because he teach some things true and he cut Christians and do this and that and got mighty works doesn't mean that he still can be a false teacher. Because what? They don't put a lot of validity behind some or all of the books of Paul. As he can have sex on the Sabbath. I mean, there's, and he also taught, don't forget that he taught at one point, right, that we're going to be, I don't forget how he said it, we're going to be in rulership just for 1,000 years, or that we still going to die in the kingdom, some shit like that. We're not going to be immortals, something like that. But it doesn't matter, because he's going off. He's a false teacher. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. This guy loves to walk after his own lust. Going back to Hebrew Israelite wrestling matches, Hebrew Israelite graffiti, right? Like I said, sex on the Sabbath. That's a lust that he has. If a man is willing to teach you can have sex on the Sabbath, that's his own personal lust. You think that somebody's gonna teach you can't have sex on the Sabbath, but then they're not having sex on the Sabbath? Sure they are. Why you think they're saying it? Verse 4, it says, in saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So you got people that's saying that. And he's one of them. And you can't allow that to go unchecked. This is the NLT. It says, they will say, what happened to the promise that Yahushua is coming again? From before the times of our ancestors, everything has remained the same since the world was first created. And you can't give these Israelites any leeway because they're going to start to teach this doctrine. They're going to start repeating it. Now, to get a precept, going back to the Old Testament, it was the same way. Ezekiel 12, and we're going to start at verse 22. It says, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, said the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. Right. Tell them that we in the time now. Don't tell them that it's between now and 1,000 years. The NLT says, tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. And we telling you that. We in the end. This is the end of the end. We ain't in the beginning of the end. We're in the end of the end days. For there should be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am the Lord Yahweh. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall not be prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power. Listen on. It says again the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel saith, the vision that he seeth for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. You know, we looking pretty good, but that could change. What's going to change? Right in the middle of the great awakening of the Israelites, which is prophesied to happen at the end of the world. You think the great awakening of the Israelites going to continue on for another few hundred years? Hell no. We're in that time now. These are the birth pangs. A lot of the things that are going on the earth are the birth pangs. When you see a woman have a baby, she start having, she go through her term, then she start going through contractions, then the contractions get more and more, or then they just stop. All of a sudden. No, they get worse and worse and worse till finally, boom, the baby comes out. Her water breaks. So we're in that escalation of birth pains coming to pass. And this dude doesn't understand that. And I don't know why he said it. If I had to guess, it's because he is getting money. He's getting paper. He's satisfied. He's okay with being here. A person can tell you they're not happy being here, but you know that they are. Like the scriptures talk about. You shall know them by their fruits. What a person says out of their mouth. Let's continue on. Ezekiel 12 and verse 25 again. Verse 26 again. Verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house will say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied of the times that are far off. Right, it could be between now and 1,000 years. Thus, therefore, say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. Now, I got to get for this verse right here. Let's go to that NLT. It says, Son of man, the people of Israel are saying, he's talking about the distant future. His visions won't come true for a long, long time. The NIV, Son of man, the Israelites are saying, the vision he sees is for many years from now, and he prophesies about the distant future. No, we're talking about now. Right now. And you know that we're talking about now, because if it wasn't the case, you would have never said that. Right? You know that the Lord is, let me rephrase that. You know that the times are coming. You know that we close to the end of time, to the end times, because that's why you first even said that. But what are you doing? when that person that asked you that question on that podcast, he wanted to doubt his own self. See, these people that run these podcasts, let me just give you a different statement. The only people that really is looking for the end to come is those that are in the truth and the 100% truth. The majority or all of the rest of the Israelites, I'll say every Israelite that's not teaching or preaching the 100% truth or following it, they're not really ready for the end. That's why they say they don't have 100% truth, because they're not even, hey, how can they know? How can you really know? The only ones that know that the end is close is those that follow the 100% truth, because you're able to see all the mysteries. These other people, they can't see it, man. They can't get it. Let's go real quick to the NLT for this verse. Did we already read that? Yeah, we just read that. Salakia. So we're going to go on now in the spirit. So you got these guys saying stuff, and some of the madness they say can be confusing, but we can decode it. We got it. He wanted to say just enough so he could put doubt in this other guy and those that watch, but at the same time, he wanted to leave enough meat on the bone so he could say, well, see, them guys, they're going to try to say I said it, but I didn't say it. Yeah, you did say it. And then you doubled down on it, saying, but. You said things are looking pretty good, but that could change. So what's going to change? All of a sudden, is all the Israelites that's prophesying going to just disappear? Is that what you expect? Are they going to kill us all? Maybe you think they're going to kill all of us and we won't be speaking it anymore, thus pushing back the awakening, thus pushing back the end of the world. But look, the Lord didn't say that all these Israelites had to be here on the planet. He said that the word had to go out and the elect have to hear it so they can come forth in righteousness. But the rest, doesn't matter what they think. Now, I want to read you some more scriptures showing you that when the word is coming out and the great awakening, that's all at the end of time. If you go right here to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, listen to this. Now in verse 7, it asks a question. Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of the times, or when should be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So the question is, when is the end of the world coming? Matter of fact, let's go to the Good News translation on that, if we can. And y'all, please forgive me. Sometimes I do these videos in the car. I'm outside. I have to just spit. Sinuses, a combination of sinuses and just overall shit in the air, whatever Esau doing. Right? So this is I want to go to the book 2nd Ezra if I can get it. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 in the Good News translation. As soon as I can make head or tails out of this damn... Okay, I see it. I thought I saw it, but I don't. All right, finally, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7, it says, then I asked how long a period of time will divide the ages. See, an age is the end of the world. An age is a period of time, not the end of the world. Age is a period of time. Okay, the age is a period of time symbolizing an empire going down and a new one coming into power. Then I asked, we're going back to the literal Greek word aeon, the end of an age or the end of a rulership. Then I asked how long a period of time will divide the ages. When will the first age end and the next age begin? He answered, the interval will be no longer than that between Abraham and Abraham. He was the grandfather of both Jacob and Esau, and when they were born, Jacob was holding Esau's heel. Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. All right, so you understand that. Lord willing, you understand that. So Esau is the end of the world. He will be in power at the end of the world. These damn devils ain't gonna rule for 1,000 more years. Anyway, going back to that in 2nd Ezra 6 from the regular version and verse 7 again. Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of the times? And the parting asunder of the times is what? Well, it really didn't say it there. The parting asunder of the times is the end of the world. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth. Same thing. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So the Edomites going to be in power at the end of the world. Now in the same chapter, as you go down to verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. So what books is this that it's talking about? And how does it mean they're going to be open? It says, when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. When the end of the world is close, then you're going to see this example. The Bible, which is the books, are going to be open. Meaning what? It's going to be being broken down. People are going to understand it. Guys are going to be teaching it and preaching it. And everybody on the planet is going to be able to hear, see, witness it, and understand. Some people of the world are going to be able to understand the knowledge coming out of it. If we get that from the Good News Translation in verse 20, it says, and we'll start it right here in the bottom 19, Jerusalem's humiliation will come to an end, and this age which is about to pass away, oh my gosh, and this age which is about to pass away will have the final seal put upon it, or put on it. Then will I give the following signs. See, at the end of the world, when this world about to pass away, then will I give the following signs. The books will be open across the sky for all to see. So we're in that time now. As a matter of fact, when you go further than that and you go into Daniel, it told you that what? At the end, the knowledge will increase. This is Daniel 12 and 2. I'm sorry, Daniel 12 and 3. We'll start at 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Matter of fact, we're going to have to go to 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Now, Michael is one of the archangels, and he's going to come with the rest of the angels. They're going to protect the elect during the time of Jacob's trouble as it goes on. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So it's going right into the end times, Jacob's trouble coming first, then the elect being preserved during that time. Now verse 2 goes on, and many that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So this right here is talking about what? Those that wake up to the truth. The dust represents confusion. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So you're going to have that great awakening. A lot of Israelites going to come forth, but many would just be condemned to be destroyed, even though they woke up. It says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So it's even going into the kingdom. Now it goes backwards. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Stop right there. So during the time of Daniel, this prophecy was being made, right? And it was being made that, the time of the end was going to come. But before it came, this is what you would start to see. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. So the Bible is sealed, or was sealed. What does that mean? That means that nobody understood it, that it couldn't be clearly broken down, explained, right? But now, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. So the book will be unsealed at the time of the end. It says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So with all the knowledge that we have of who we are, what tribe is this person? What tribe are these people? What do these people come from? Who do they come from? What's the mark of the beast? What are those fiery flying serpents that John the Revelator described? See, that we could be able to break all that down. That shows you that we're in the end. And we know that Yahweh shall prevail to open and loose the seals of the book. So we're in the end. Do you need that read again? But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So it was said that knowledge will be increased. Now I got to read this verse 9. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. So if we can understand the Bible and break it down, Genesis to Revelation, the 12 tribes, what happened in the book of Genesis, what happened over here in Revelation in this verse, what happened in that verse, right? That shows you that we had the end, because that specifically, understanding going out and the words of the Bible, being used, and also the Great Awakening, we know those things would happen at the end time. Now again, we know that it started over 2,000 years ago, but as we get closer and closer to the end, things would start to increase and accelerate as you've seen them come to pass. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't break it down what the mark of the beast was. He didn't go into that. That was for John the Revelator's part, and for us to know in these last days what that was. It says, many shall be purified and made white. Now, don't get me wrong, Yahweh Holy Spirit is what's telling us how to break these things down. It's telling us what these things are. Okay, so don't get it twisted. I'm just saying during his ministry, he didn't speak on the mark of the beast. But definitely he's the one, his Holy Spirit is aiding us in this. This is the only way we can receive this knowledge, as a matter of fact. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. What's going to happen at the time of the end? Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So if Alazar can't get it, that may just mean he's not of the elect, and he's one of the wicked. Okay, and we don't hear at GMS for the most part. All the brothers I know, I'll say, and I'm just speaking for me and some of the brothers that we talk among one another, nobody believes this guy's a man of the Lord. Okay, we don't believe that. We think this dude, hey, he might be in the 2/3 club. Where if you're not a man of the Lord, you could still be a member of the congregation. You may just not be of the 144,000, but also you could just be a 2/3, even a 2/3 that understands some of the scriptures. Verse 10 told you, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So we know that the wise are the elect are among the wise, or they are the wise. So hey, it says none of the wicked will understand. So if you can't get it, you saying things like we could be here 1,000 more years, between 9 and 1,000 years. You're just going off, man, and you're not of the elect. You're not one of the wise. Let's get something else. Now let's go to Habakkuk real quick. And Habakkuk says, we'll start at 1:2. And I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord said, and the Lord answered and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So when these visions, these prophecies that were wrote down, when they were about to come to pass, that's when the end is. See? Or when they start to speak, should we say, that's the end. Now, what do you see? All the visions speaking. The great awakening of the Israelites, that's one of them. The awareness of who we are coming to the earth, and who the nations are, who the devil is. When you read in the book of 2 Thessalonians, it says he will be revealed in this time. That's in the end times. Esau wasn't being revealed before his end was coming. What would be the point? He would have just got rid of all the scriptures. Salakia, let me go in. Got the wrong book. Let's do it this way. Quick navigation. Right? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come, except there come a falling away first. So the end couldn't even come till the falling away happened, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And that man of sin is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The end can't even come before he be revealed. But now that he's being revealed, the end can come at any time. We know that we're at the end of the end, because the great persecution that he's going to bring forth through him, or as a result of him being revealed, is about to come forth. It said, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what would hold it, that he might be revealed in his time. And as we read in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7, right, or verse 9, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So when Esau started to be revealed and talked about, hey, that's got to happen before he's the end, before the end comes. The great awakening of the Israelites is coinciding with, Esau being revealed, all of his technology, what he's doing, and then the end was going to come. It's all right there together. So we know we're at the end of the end. We're at the end of the end. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed. See that? That's happened at the end. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, the second coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Now, somebody may say, well, you so many Israelites can't get it. Y'all say they ain't no the elect. That means we ain't near the end. Yeah, we are near the end. The elect coming forth, and everybody else that are not of the elect being revealed, or certain teachers coming forth being damn wicked, all of that is end time prophecies that's coinciding also with Esau being revealed. We just read it. If you can get it, you can get it. If you can't, well, you might need to question it. Might mean you're not of the elect. Now, I also don't want to read. Did we read 2nd Ezra 6 and 20? I think we did. Yeah, we read that part about the books being open before the firmament, which is referring to the scriptures being broken down, right? And the internet also being involved in that. The books being open before the firmament. The firmament is the ozone layer, which really is talking about what? Going up to the heavens. So the Lord all over the earth, the four winds of heaven, the four corners of the earth are seeing these books being opened. Opening meaning what? Revealing and being broken down, or being revealed and broken down plainly. Now, if we go, did I want 7? I don't necessarily need it. This is Romans 10 and verse, I got to start at 14 or 13. So this is a major end time prophecy. The Israelites waking up. It says, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah said, Lord, who hath believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. So as you can clearly see, this great awakening, and when you read Revelation 11 and 8, it talks about the spiritually dead Israelites lying in a place called spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So when they start to come to life, that's the end of the world. That's right there near the end. The gospel being preached and understood in other languages, nationalities, than no speech nor language where our voice is not heard, right? That shows you that we're at the end. Those things specifically were supposed to happen at the end of the world. Now, I need to get real quick here. Damn it. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra 7 anyway. Because now that our words are being heard all over the earth, people are understanding about the day of doom. So that's how you know we're right there near it. And we are GMS, preachers of doom with a purpose. Our purpose was to come forth and tell you about the end of the world. And the scriptures tell you that the end of the world prophets would come right before the end of the world. We're gonna be what purpose would the Most High have to have a great awakening and then not bring the end for another damn 1,000 years or even 100 years? That would be pointless. Conceivably, all of the elect could be searched out. Not all of the elect, but the men of the Lord could be searched out and killed. The Lord said he's going to shorten the days. He's not going to prolong the days. And we read that earlier too. He said the Lord said he's not going to prolong his vision anymore. 2nd Ezra 2nd Ezra 7 and 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide, Therefore have they prayed for the weak. So this present life is not the end. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So we're looking forward to that day of doom. Okay? The day of doom where, all nations going to be brought under the subjection of the Israelites. You can no longer be able to be all over the earth just doing whatever you want to do. The time of order is here. It's coming. And it really is here already, but it's got to play out a little longer. So, that's pretty much it. We're going to stop right there. But Lord willing, you got some more understanding, because all the brothers going into this, and I'm a little bit late actually getting to it, like a day late, because, of course, I've been traveling, whatever, and I'm not in South Carolina right now. We actually over here in Texas. So I know, a lot of brothers heard and seen the live class yesterday with the Dallas, with the apostles and the Dallas brothers, and then even we went on to do another video later on last night. And all those videos are on this channel, so make sure you check them out. But the topic of conversation that kept coming up, even though we titled class and we titled the videos other things, this dude kept coming up and what he said. Okay, so we know that we in the end, and yeah, we're GMS Doomsday preachers with a purpose. Our purpose is to preach the end or the doom of the so-called white man Esau and the coming of the just one, Yahweh Shai. We will see you again soon with another lesson, Lord willing. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.